Good morning, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. Alexa, what's the date?
It's Saturday, December 3rd.
Great. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6:38 a.m.
Great. Alexa, what is the weather?
In Amargosa Valley, it's 43 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Today, you can look for showers with a high of 55 degrees and a low of 43 degrees.
Okay, so yesterday was 42 was the low, so it's getting warmer. All right, here we are at Department of Career Services. Our goal is to help you get from point A to point B, where B is better. Good morning, Diana. Charlene is at work. Maybe she'll probably can't say. Good morning, Todd. Okay, so here we are. Big day. The Texas Prison Ministry or Prison Ministry of Texas is coming out for several days today. Also getting haircut, shaggy dog look going away. I will be at Rain Man at about before 9 o'clock today. So, but just for a minute because I've got to get to Las Vegas to get my haircut. So Dave, Randy, and Dave's son are coming in. We've got a lot to do. I will be bringing books for the people. Tomorrow, we're going to have a special inauguration of our community center, our chapel. Everybody's going to be coming over here. We'll be having breakfast here. So we'll start here, I guess at around 10 with coffee and donuts, our service, then nice breakfast, and then we will come, etc. Have lunch, do whatever out here, meet Dave, Randy, talk about stuff, and move forward. That's tomorrow. But time is racing, 2:21 in. We leave little breadcrumbs to help you get from point A to point B, where B is better, through a process of leaving little breadcrumbs, bleep, 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 that you can follow to get from point A to point B. This is the first breadcrumb, is this podcast. In the description down below has other breadcrumbs. There is the link to our online 4-week basic training course. We're in week 4, day 6. There's a link to today's motivational video that I use to create this little video. There's the link to the TED Talk. There's a link to the TED Talk report. There's a report to the video, to the, boy, here we go. To do a series of we're getting hit by the bots, the sex bots. See how many more we get hit with. Okay. Anyway, several breadcrumbs. TED Talk video, link to services we provide: housing, clothing, food, transportation, skills training, foundational employment, career planning, and we have a breadcrumb that is the Seth Godin transcript of the Seth Godin blog. So today, without much ado, let's get right into it. The next breadcrumb. It's simple. How do you get from point A to point B? It's simple. Get and strive to be the best. There's always room for the best. If you strive to be the best, there's always going to be a place for you. Strive to be the best. Don't strive to be mediocre. Don't strive to be just one of the people. Whatever you do, be the best you can be. Do the best you can. What kind of person will, and ask yourself, okay, here's the key. Ask yourself the question, what kind of person will I have to become to get all I want? This will be an exercise. This you should write in your book, my AFWorks book. Write in your book on the left-hand side, what kind of person will I have to become to get all I want? And then you talk about education. You might talk about you have to move. You might have to talk about change job, et cetera, et cetera. Key thing. Don't live in quiet desperation. Don't live in quiet desperation. Work harder. Work harder than other people. Work harder than you did yesterday. And be frugal. Okay, next breadcrumb. David Foster Wallace, TED Talk. David Foster Wallace, this is water. A lot packed into this 22-minute commencement speech. The basic thing is to know what your default setting is, to be able to know your default setting and get that you have the opportunity to change it. Default setting is the thing we are hardwired to be. This is water. It's so all-encompassing that we don't even know it's there. David Foster Wallace illustrates this by an example of how we behave, the kinds of things we think. So if you take a step outside of yourself and observe your behavior and say, why do I behave that way? Phenomenology. Great video. Let's go to Seth Godin. Confidence doesn't win the lottery. It doesn't matter how sure you are that this is a winning ticket. The ticket doesn't care. And there are lots of lotteries in our lives. I was talking to a 15-year-old the other day. He decided to devote the next decade of his life to getting drafted to play in the NBA. Without a doubt, effort and skill make a huge impact on whether you'll ever make the final 5,000 people who have a shot at making the NBA. But after that, it looks a lot more like a lottery than a meritocracy. The resilient approach is to bring discipline and effort to the work, but to know deep down that you better have a plan B. That's not a lack of faith, that's simply smart. Okay? Cool. Really good. Read it again. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger says he hates plan B because if you have a plan B, you don't put everything into plan A. You pull the ripcord on that. 7:56. We're at 8 minutes into it. So this is going to be a big week here at Thriving Warrior because, thank you, Diana, because we have the Texas Prison Ministry people coming out to really help us build the solid foundation. The 4 legs to our table. Leg 1, physical. Have to be physically fit. 2, mental. Have to be mentally fit. 3, emotional. You have to be emotionally fit. 4, spiritual. You have to be spiritually fit. I was talking to Dan the other day, and his belief was a table's not really the right thing. It's more of a tent, where the center tent pole is spirituality. And I guess if we think about that metaphor, the tent protects you from the outside world. And so you have a tent pole and 3, that kind of doesn't work. 3 tent pegs. Doesn't really work. But I think spiritual is the foundation. That we need. They're all indispensable, really. There's a lot of people who are spiritually strong but are not successful. And our goal is to help people become successful. We're at 9:47. The last breadcrumb, the final breadcrumb of the day. Yes, Diana, yesterday was the only easy day. Do a little bit more today than yesterday and cut Cut.